It's 2021. Happy New Year, guys. What we thought we'd do is look back at some of the smartphone fails from 2020 to see where the industry went wrong and how it could do better next year. This video was originally an article done by the wonderful Hadley Simon, so do check out the link in the video description to that, but without further ado, let's jump straight into the list. First off is the delayed Nokia 8.3. HMD unveiled the mid-ranger with some pretty decent specs and a nice design. The phone itself wasn't actually that bad, but its release was delayed by 6 months. By which point there were better options from the likes of Xiaomi and Realme already out there. HMD never gave a clear reason why the phone was delayed so long, but it was the launch phone and the partner phone of a James Bond film that came out again 6 months later. It made sense for it to be delayed 6 months to match coming out with the film, but again, we didn't get a clear statement on that. Maybe not so much a phone flop, but more like a terrible launch. Next, the Microsoft Surface Duo, which Microsoft unveiled in 2019. It looked pretty exciting with a new kind of form factor given the thickness or lack thereof and the cool hinge. When the reviews came out, however, yeah, it wasn't pretty. First off, the reviewers were only able to talk about the hardware in the first videos and delayed talking about the software in the next set of videos, and for good reason. The software was plagued with issues, and the list of supported apps that went across both screens was so small that it really wasn't worth it. You couldn't even use a custom launcher to fix the Microsoft launcher issues because it was a new form factor, and due to that uniqueness, there weren't any launchers that supported it. Also, for $1,400, you really didn't get a lot of smartphone. You got something with an outdated flagship chipset, you didn't get 5G, you didn't even get NFC, the camera was pretty poor, and overall support didn't look very good. There were definitely better foldables on the market. Not that the Escobar Fold 2 was one of them, because it never really was on the market, was it? As a follow-up to the rebadged Royale Flex Pi, the Fold 2 was really just a rebadged original Galaxy Fold. That doesn't sound too bad for $400 except you never really got the phone. The money just disappeared from your bank account. Who would have thought that the brother of Pablo Escobar would be conning money out of people? Onto a foldable you can actually buy, the Motorola Razer. It definitely caught mainstream attention when it launched. It shared the iconic folding design as the original Razer, but with 2020 goodies. For the amount of money you were paying, you got a fairly out-of-date and mid-range chipset, you didn't get the best camera, the screen was a little meh, and there were a few notable build quality issues. For a lot of people, that is not worth $1,500. It was a cool phone for sure, but nostalgia really wasn't enough to get people to spend 1.5k on a smartphone that wasn't really ready for the mainstream. Oh, and to make things worse, Samsung released its Galaxy Z Flip, which was a much better smartphone in a lot of facets, around the same time at around the same price, and a lot of people picked that instead. Speaking of Samsung, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra was expensive, but it was kind of worth it with heaps of premium flagship level features and a glass and metal build. As for the regular Galaxy Note 20, it had a plastic back and a 60Hz 1080p display, and it cost $999. Yeah, in fact, it would turn out that the later released Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, a comparatively budget smartphone, actually trounced the Note 20 in a lot of areas. Sure, it didn't have the S Pen, but it did have a 120Hz display and a 3x optical zoom camera. Those things the Galaxy Note didn't have. In fact, for the value for money, you were probably better off going for the Note 20 Ultra, which costs a fair few $100s more. Sure, you were more out of pocket, but at least you got a lot of flagship features and flagship build quality. Who could forget Motorola launching its first proper flagship in a long time? Probably quite a few of you, to be honest, and me too. For good reason, really. Motorola's commitment to just one major software update on a phone with a price tag that matches some people's first cars was not a good start. Motorola did backpedal and said that they would offer 2 major upgrades, but the damage was kind of already done. It also didn't help that in the US it was a Verizon exclusive, and smartphones from Samsung, Apple and other big names up at the premium level were already selling comparatively very good smartphones. Let's talk about Oneplus for a moment, because it started the year off actually pretty strongly with a great OnePlus 8 series. The Pro with its QHD plus 120Hz OLED and sensational speed was a particular strong point. Heck, even the OnePlus Nord was a pretty good launch. It was actually towards the end of the year that things started to go wrong. To start off with, the launch of the Nord N series wasn't a good look. The N10 was only slightly less expensive than the Nord and was significantly worse. The N100 was just a rebadged Oppo A53, and was a colossal contrast with the company's never settle tagline. Oh, and Oneplus said for both of those devices that they would only give one major software upgrade. That's not great. OnePlus's Oxygen OS revamp also caused a lot of divide amongst the community. It was seemingly unnecessary and a cop-out. OnePlus's clean software has always been one of its main selling points, and the switch to a more Samsung-y aesthetic was a significant switch. Those were the biggest smartphone blunders of 2020. There were some sweet smartphone releases, however. 2020 wasn't all bad. The Pixel 4a series, the Galaxy S20 FE, the Xperia 5 II, and the iPhone 12 mini, just to name a few. Please let us know more smartphone blunders in the comments below, we'd love to see them, and whilst you're down there please do hit like and subscribe to never miss a video like this one. Also please do check out the original article by Hadley Simons in the video description. I've been Ryan Thomas with Android Authority, and I'll catch you later.